Hi there, folks. Simon here. This is the 2022 TAC Championship. And in this match today, we have ManaT versus NohatCoder. And ManaT and Nohat have split their first two games of this match. This is a 4-game match, as all of these quarterfinals and semifinals matches are in this tag championship. And we did see ManaT win a very commanding second game. And in the very first game, we saw ManaT sort of blunder. He had a galet or a forced flat win, and kind of messed it up and ended up losing to NohatCoder there. So I think we're going to see some pretty solid games here. And it could go either way. If they split these next two games, they will have to do a tiebreaker. But if one of them comes out on top, wins both of these games today, that will be the decider. They'll go on to the semifinals, which is pretty exciting. Anyway, that is what we're looking at today. These games are played on a 6x6 board with a 15-minute timer and a 15-second increment, meaning 15 seconds gets added to their time after every turn. Now, that also is being played with 2 komi, meaning 2 gets added to the black's flat count score at the end of the game if the game does not end in a road. So, I also have one other thing to announce, and that is that joining me in the commentary booth is Alion02.
Hey guys.
And he is also a competitor in this tournament, being the first alternate for Syme coming up next in tournament rating. And so he has already been playing a couple games in this tournament so far, but we won't talk about those just yet. We'll talk about those when we're talking about his games. Anyway, we are just about to jump in to game 1 of ManaT versus NohatCoder. All right, A6 we're seeing dropped. And then F6 for that adjacent corners, and then Nohat immediately going in for that knight's opening.
Let's see how ManaT will respond.
Goes for the E3 placement, and then Nohat immediately goes for that horizontal line.
This is pretty standard so far.
Now, we did see, I think, previously we saw Nohat in this same sort of opening, but drop a capstone earlier as white, but didn't do that this time. Dropped the flat first, allowed ManaT to bring that capstone in first. And now Nohat shifting gears for that vertical threat. But black's capstone is in a good spot to be able to counter that that white vertical.
I really like white's position here. Because if the black capstone goes over to c4, then white can just shift gears to the horizontal up top immediately. Okay. We are I think b2 was b2 a better play? No, okay. b1 is correct.
Now will white drop a capstone at d4?
Could be.
Yep. Doesn't want black to be able to go for that horizontal line.
I do also think just going for the horizontal up top was good.
Yeah,
black setting up a citadel on d2 and d3.
I think that's smart because he expects white's capstone to come down.
Ooh, I don't see how black is in a weird spot here. Because it seems he's been walled off from basically every avenue for making a road now.
Yeah, I think there's still some possibility for a lot of these plays. Right now, he's focusing on keeping white from building too much. It looks like that defensive play at d5 is what that's for. Yeah, I was about to say white's going to build around c4 now. and go for that vertical along that line. And
I'm
now we're
really
probably going to see a
surprised.
b5 played.
I'm really surprised how this is being played by these two. I would have thought that top horizontal up top was more important, and then the bottom horizontal for white as well. Because I mean, white's capstone really kind of wants to end up around the d3 d2 area, I think. So
I mean, Black does have to deal with attack threat right now, and I think
right.
the idea behind this capstone from White is to keep Black's capstone from connecting with Black's own pieces.
Ooh, black going for d5 left. I would have thought this was an obvious 3c4 minus. Um, but I suppose this also works.
Will White just
b6
play
is
at
gonna.
b6? Yeah,
Yeah, of
renews the
course.
threat.
I mean, 3c4 minus looks like it has to happen, right?
Unless he decides to bring d3 left, but I don't think that's gonna be a good play here.
I mean, it does isolate the capstone,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, a3. Okay, so the issue is a3 is happening now,
Okay, the capstone comes down.
and it's unclear how to respond to that now.
I mean, might just bring the capstone left, right? Or
No,
bring
no, that
2c5 left. But
too.
this looks like a very commanding position for White right now.
I think, yeah. Okay, so that was one of the moves I was thinking of because this gives black some like time to breathe.
As White, I
Um,
think moving your capstone left onto c4 is pretty tempting.
no, I think I would play a5 here. A5 works towards the vertical and also the horizontal up top.
That's true. That is good for both of those threats at the same time.
So black would be like overburdened and couldn't really stop. Okay, but goes for a4 instead. Um, I think this gives time for black to play. What do you play here? SA5?
Wall at a5 maybe. Yeah, I can see that. Goes for the flat placement
Oops.
instead.
So now a5 is definitely happening, and I mean d6 afterwards. This is scary. What is black planning to play a2 now? Just zero respect for the threat? It's possible.
Yeah, we could drop a wall at a2.
Wall on a2 as well, but I mean, if he didn't drop a wall on a5, I don't think he would drop a wall on a2, right?
Maybe not. I mean, it's very possible they just didn't see it. I mean, if we look at how quickly they're playing this game, like
Oh
NohatCoder's at
yeah.
17 minutes on the clock. ManaT's still 15 and a half minutes. They're playing under 15 seconds on average by far. So they're playing so quickly. They both need to slow down. And I know coming from me, that's rich, but they do need to slow down.
Okay, so d6, I mean, I'm sure this is coming. I don't see another play here. I mean, e6 is also correct. I don't know what the difference here is. Although I think d6 is better because after d6 you oh,
He's really focused on
a1
this
with
vertical
attack.
line, not really looking at that horizontal, it looks like. And I
But
think
now a2 plus.
Black's gonna do a2 plus to make his own threat. I mean, it's countered pretty quickly, but he can make the threat.
It's is it countered pretty quickly now? I mean, you're gonna have to take on b3 or a3 now. And I'm not sure you want to do this, considering the capstone is eyeing both of those spots. I mean, you can't really go d4 minus because then you're gonna get hit with c1 plus, or even just f2. And suddenly, White is going for it. I mean, But suddenly I think it's shifting in black's favor and quite quickly too. So I would definitely... Wow. C4.
I didn't expect that. I expected the C1 plus, just like you.
Yeah, C1 plus or F2. Both of those were very strong. I think I prefer F2 out of like just by default because I mean it's a flat placement, but
Yeah, for sure.
and it pins the capstone. I mean it does just a bunch of good things. But C4, I don't see what that does. I mean it builds another citadel, so
And maybe he's trying to go for something vertical and going for the horizontal above. But now we see white making that horizontal threat up at the top.
right. So now, oh, maybe C4 is designed to go for the vertical.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Um, but he's got a lot of work to do with that. A6 right could work towards the vertical and also cut off this horizontal threat. But I mean, it's just going to get recaptured probably by B5 or a new placement at
Wall on
A6. But he
A6.
drops the wallet at E6, and I that was my first instinct as well, just to really make sure that he can't weasel into something like that. But then the wall at A2 drops, and I think White was waiting for a wall to drop his own wall so that he could make sure that he wasn't falling behind on flats.
There's a funny idea where black goes to A3 plus, and then if another wall drops on A3, then black could go for C1 plus, having a dual threat. Although no, that doesn't work because because capturing on A4 by the wall would just result in both threads being dismantled. So
Mm,
going for C1 plus immediately, but this is of course dismantled by the wall capture on A3 now.
yeah, and I think after that we're gonna see A6 right to go for that vertical line.
I think, well, no, I guess not. I was looking at 2d3 minus, but the capstone can't really move right now. So you think a6 right is going to happen now, huh?
That's my prediction at least.
That makes some sense. His attack threat. And then, I mean, is it true that the white capstone still shouldn't really move to d2?
Um, I mean, if black makes the A6 right move, definitely not, because that would. Oh, no, yeah, that would still work.
Yeah, because you're going to I the c2 stack and try to
Yeah,
recover that,
I think that works.
and yeah, that looks decent. I mean, okay, what else can white do here? I mean, c6 minus or b5 plus. b5 plus might not be appealing because of potential wall problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, c6 minus is in a similar boat.
Oh, goes for the B5 plus. Now, black could drop a wall next to it or could capture with E6 left to be able to throw it. Does drop the wall at B5. And I think
Yeah, I
dropping the
think
wall at
that's
B5 is really smart. It keeps white from being able to build both the vertical and the horizontal threats here.
yeah. I think it's pretty clear now that black is ahead.
I don't know. I'd say
But
it's pretty close at the moment.
I mean, white has what 10 flats and black has 9 with komi. Sorry, without komi, so 11 with komi. Yeah, white does have a. Actually, black could have crashed on b3 and still can. It's unclear whether he should though.
So there's the stoppage on that vertical line.
Hmm. White could have gone for attack threat, but instead goes for the capture on c5.
What do you mean he could have gone for attack
Hmm.
threat?
I mean a2, for example.
No, because he would lose.
Oh,
Black was
whoops,
threatening a
right.
road.
Ah, I was only looking at the road going through b4, which was
Mm,
still one stone away. Okay, fair. Now it's
now
0 stones away.
now he's got another threat,
Yes.
but that wall is likely going to come up onto b4 because he can recover the captive and stop Black's threat there. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
does.
I would also like still 2d3 minus, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see that. Yeah,
ooh,
Black capturing
captures
there makes a
on.
lot of sense to me. White can bring that wall
Oh,
right, or if he doesn't want to bring the wall right and give Black that big stack, he can just drop a wall on c6, and that does a lot of damage as well.
yeah.
Or,
I
like you
don't,
said,
I
could
don't.
bring that capstone down onto d2, or even capture over onto c2 with that b2 flat.
Yeah, I mean, capturing on c2 with a flat, I don't think is quite correct because that would give the black capstone a lot of possibilities, I think. I definitely don't think the wall on b4 should come over to c4. Not only is it risking being smashed, which I think would be very good for black, it also can't really free those captives on c5
Hmm.
because it's getting too fat. So
From
yeah,
here, I
the
kind
the
of like
wall.
4c5 left 2-2, just to spread this whole stack on c5 left. That way, the wall won't be able to get the whole thing. The wall below won't be able to get the whole thing either, and you're still making the positive flag on differential move and kind of interrupting this vertical line that White's been building for. It makes sense, but it does take away your ability to make a threat on this next turn. But I don't think that you need to worry about making the threat right now since it's going to be taken apart immediately. So he does go for that
But
move.
on the other hand, this incentivizes white to just recapture more flats with the wall.
Hmm.
So this like plus FCD is very temporary.
But now he's got a big juicy stack there that Black is going to be able to take. Is going to want to be able to take pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how black does that though.
Yeah, it'd be tough to set that up.
There might be some fun ideas where black goes for A2 and F2 and then moves the capstone over to B3 to
Yeah, I
make the
like that
tag threat
idea. I
and
like that
and
idea.
smash B5. But the wall can just go to A5 in anticipation, so
Hmm.
I'm not sure this works. Well, I mean it doesn't, but it's a nice sneaky idea. Okay, so white incentivizes the black capstone to come there.
Yeah, and I
But I
think
don't think you should immediately do that
I
though.
kind of like the F2 here for Black. Yeah,
Yeah,
just like you were
I
saying.
do like it. But I mean, white is obviously gonna move the wall to a5 when that happens. So it's probably nothing. Okay, let's take a look at the flat count again. So black is at 10. And white is also at 10. Okay. This is the fork threat on the board now.
Now, we say they're at 10. White has one +2 move, but if he makes that +2 move, black can make a +3 move.
Right. But then white can make another +2 move.
Yeah.
So it's actually 0.
Ooh, and the
Oh,
wall drops.
wait. White misses it. The b5 wall is gonna fall now. This is devastating for black, for white.
Yeah, if he can get, if he sees that and decides to bring that capstone left onto B3, yeah, the
Yeah,
wall
sees it.
comes up onto C2 to stop the threat, but then he can smash on B5. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think this might even be Tinue.
No.
I mean, smashing the wall on b5 is a horizontal threat, and then you can just go. Yeah, does it? Does not blunder the road in the process. So yeah, now I mean, White's got his work cut out for him, but I don't. I mean, I don't see a way for White to get out of this.
Yeah, so if he walls, for example, on C5 to keep that horizontal threat from happening, black spreads all the way down. Let's see. One, two,
No, Black
three.
doesn't spread all the way down. Black can go for a6 first.
I like spreading all the way down because you want to keep that capstone from jumping into B3. So you spread all the way down, you make your tag threat on the horizontal line at the bottom, right?
Uh,
But also at the vertical. And then white's got to bring that wall on
Wall
C2
left.
left.
But bringing the wall on c2 left, I think, as long as he goes all the way to a2, because if he stops on b2, I think smashing that is
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Tinue.
he's got to go 3C2 left 1 2. That's the move he has to make
Wait,
here.
although, I mean, I don't even know if that saves him though.
Yeah, but it's the only move, literally the only move he has on this turn to save him from losing.
Wait, is it? I mean, isn't 2c2 left also?
Yes, that does work, but
Yeah,
it doesn't work long term.
right. So now, I mean, the black capstone can just
Come
come
up.
up.
And so
Oh,
this
but
is a
now,
horizontal
wait, no.
threat.
Yeah. And it's also a smash threat on a2. And it's also probably going to be a. Oh, but now, but now c5 left comes,
Yep.
and now it's unclear still.
Yeah, I don't
I
think it was
mean,
ever Tinue, but I feel like that spread down was way better than his other options.
so c2 now is attack threat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And he wants to use that
although
capstone to come down onto
wait,
D2 now.
now it's almost black who's getting tenuate after 3b5 minus 1 2.
Yeah, 3b5 minus 1 2. Yeah, that looks really good for white.
Although then black can go 4b6 minus 2 2. I mean, these players are spending way too little time on this sequence.
Absolutely. I mean,
They're not.
there's still at 12 plus minutes each person, and we're
I mean,
34 moves in.
I literally would still be on move 30, calculating the entire sequence around smashing the wall and looking for Tinue. This
I
is
mean, I would
the
have lost a few
exactly
moves
right.
ago, but
Okay, so white does not go for that. White instead goes for a capstone capture on d2.
And I think that was the right
Can
move here. And we also look at the reserves. White is lower on reserves than black here. But and while white is behind on flat count, white has a lot of opportunity with a number of walls to recapture a lot of flats here. Like on a5 and on b4, lots of flats that white can recover.
But I mean, black's capstone is there all the time,
Hmm.
so
What
it's
white wants
very
to
hard to
do is set up
actually.
a situation where
Oh, I mean,
smashing gives white a road, but doesn't have the time to do that. I think black has to smash here basically.
yeah, and I think he should leave as many flats on. Okay,
No
sorry,
smash?
wait.
I mean, this is attack threat for black.
It is, but
And
now,
so I think what black is saying is, okay, fine, you capture that. I'll make the attack threat. If you spread, you lose. If
uh,
you keep that wall in my reach of my capstone, I either
then
win
I'll
or I
smash.
take that wall stack. And I think this
Yeah,
is what he's
but
going to do. He's going to take that wall stack now.
yeah, e4 minus is correct, I think. Because it's kind of awkward for black to smash this now. I mean, smashing right now is not attack threat, which is the entire problem.
Hmm.
Like you have to set up the spread in a way that white does not have any way to actually use the flats you leave behind. So I
Hmm.
don't think, for example, you can go like 4b2. Okay, so he's setting up um something,
The going for the horizontal below the capstone.
I suppose. Yeah. But right now, white is free to just go with the b4 stack.
Yeah, and
And
if I'm white, I'm gonna move a good portion. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six. I'm gonna take six b4 right, and then
yeah,
set it up to
six.
spread all the way down onto c1.
Ah, no, I thought six before right. One, 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 three. Um, that would be attack threat, and it puts the wall well out of range of the capstone.
I don't think that white would do that though. I feel like he would push it right onto c4 so he could spread downward, and then
Hmm,
kill all those flats. But he goes for that
I
instead,
see.
makes the attack threat. But
Right.
now I think we're gonna see the a6 um, wall stack come down.
I mean, there's so many things that can happen right now. You can have like 3a5 minus, you can have this, yes.
Yeah, that
I
a6
was
wall stack
also
seemed inevitable here.
I
And
was
he's going to
also
want to capture onto
considering
c4 on the next turn so he can recover those captives as well. And then be able to make another +3 move to sort of even things out. Uh, I I don't think this is that bad for black. I think black's in a solid position still.
I was also considering spreading the capstone up onto b4,
Yeah,
which
I think he wants to keep that capstone there
right.
as sort of a
That's
buffer for
yeah.
white's capstone.
Yeah, that could be possible.
And black
I
can
mean,
still
okay,
make a
so
threat on the next turn by playing at e1.
yeah.
And
So I
again,
think
for those
white
watching, e1 makes the threat by being able to throw a5 all the way down onto a3.
yeah. I think white playing e1 would have been very good, but
Hmm. I think black playing e1 here is good.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just attack threat. It's
Hmm.
can't can't really go wrong with that.
Yeah, a4 plus is probably incoming.
A4 plus would just be met with, well, let's see. So there are some ideas in this position.
But I did like your idea of white playing at e1 because that would work towards white's vertical threat going from d6 down to e1.
Yeah. But I mean that vertical is sort of dead on arrival because the black wall can just capture on c4 and spread across d4 and d4.
For sure. But it's nice to have options, and right now white has very few of those.
Right, yeah. I mean it was so good as a just purely defensive move. So yeah, I mean black is still winning here, but yeah. I mean just letting the smash on b5 happen was
Oh,
the ultimate
that's
mistake, I think.
interesting.
Oh.
Now, will black fill in at d2 or play down at b1 or something else entirely?
I mean, I see the Citadel potential, so I would take it.
But b1 makes it so white doesn't bring their capstone up, potentially.
Ah, so
But
you're
he goes for
saying
the
white
d2
wants
instead.
to
Does build that citadel, which is a strong shape, but
you're saying white wants to go for yeah, wants to put his capstone on b3.
yes.
That's very interesting. That's a nice active spot, I think. But it's also, I mean, so hang on, let me check this. If b1 happens,
A1 right can counter it for sure, but I don't know.
if
I
b1
like.
happens, then I'm kind of scared for white that black might have some Tinue ideas here.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
plays
mean,
at
like,
b1. If he had a flat on f1 here, he could totally get Tinue. But I think that because he doesn't have a flat on f1, I think that this is still not set in stone here.
I think there's an idea to go for 4b2 minus, which allows you to capture on a1 and prevents the wall from capturing a1 because that would leave a road on a2.
Oh, that's true. That's a good move. That might be what he's looking at here. I mean, I was looking at smashing a2 or bringing just the capstone by itself onto b1. But yeah, now that you mention it, that works way better to do 4b2 minus.
I I I don't think it's Tinue simply because white has the wall throw potential onto f2,
Hmm.
but it's really a move you don't
But if
want to
you
play
throw it
as
onto
white.
f2, don't you just place it f1 after that point?
Yeah, f1 and then 2e3 minus.
I think.
So I mean, are we gonna see this happen? That would be great. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I I don't know. I think
You went.
f1 after that wall comes down onto f2. Would the wall come down to f1 then, and then 2e3 minus? I don't know. This is really close. Oh, he drops the wall instead
Oh,
of going for that. I don't know. I feel like that Tinue might be there with the 4b2
I
minus.
mean, it's also completely unnecessary. I
Tinue
mean,
is
we're we're
never
we're in the
unnecessary. Come on now.
I mean, we are in the end game and black is up on flat, so I I don't blame him. He's not playing for the audience. He's playing to win.
For sure. But I mean,
Although
can't he think about
now
playing
that
for the audience?
well, I mean,
Oh, now
this is
he
the tag championship.
now he doesn't have that option.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm really curious about that position.
yeah, we're gonna have to run it through Topaz Tinue later. Topaz Tinue being a tool that allows people to find out which positions are Tinue and which are not. Well, with a very strict definition of Tinue. Um, it doesn't involve Tinues that don't have a tag threat on every turn, which are rare, but they do exist. Anyway, Black seems to be playing for flats, and this is in ManaT's style. I mean, he does often say that he just always plays for flats from move one. So
Yeah, that is true.
that said, I mean, d5 would not be my first choice if I was looking to end this game on flats, because this allows white to capture on b5 with threat of spreading over your newly placed flat.
Correct.
And that's a hugely plus move. I think the safest way to go for this is, I mean, can Black afford a wall on D or on C5? If he can, I think that's the safest way to win this endgame. He does go for it
Yeah, I mean he's up by 2 on flats. I
for
think
a
that instead of
10.
d5, the a flat placement on f1 would have been way better.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the entire idea is sort of dead because of the C2 wall, but I mean, F1 is still a good spot to place it just because, I mean, you just want to place away from where white can get FCD. So, this is attack threat, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
and black
He
immediately captures right with the wall. Knew that was going to happen.
super ready. Um, yeah. So white has what? 4 flats remaining, and black has 3. Flat count is 12 for black, 9 for white. Yeah, white would have to conjure up something incredible here to win. One way to do it would be to no, that doesn't work because yeah. I was thinking about setting some self smash up with like I don't know 3b5 minus, but the capstone on b3 is pinned from smashing. So
Yeah, I think black just needs to drop a flat at f1 here and just
I
run down
think
those
black
reserves.
I think black just needs to drop a flat anywhere at this point. I mean, probably ideally not around A1, sorry, A6, B6, B4. But yeah, drops F1. Yeah. Um, yeah, white needs some. No, yeah, this is Galley. There's nothing for white to do anymore here.
Yeah, it looks like it's a Galet.
Yeah, and the players are ending their game with like 6 and 10 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's like I'm playing.
Yeah, I really think like at least ManaT should have spent like 5 more minutes on move 31 because I think that was a chance to just end the game on the spot there. But I mean, and certainly Nohat should not have let the fork happen. It's yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, we're seeing Nohat flat and
That
that's
flat
it.
placement at f5, it seems almost like a resignation.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 for black, including komi. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for white. And so now it's one black wins 12-14. So nice. That was a solid game. Congratulations to ManaT for winning game 3 of this 4-game match. Now, ManaT is going to be playing as white on the very next game, and if he wins, he will be going on to the semifinals. If NoHat wins as black on the next game, it will be a tiebreaker that needs to happen. So that's going to be exciting. But we will be checking that out in a different video. That is all for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the description below for all things TAC, especially the TAC Discord server, which is where you can find all sorts of resources like strategy guides and people to play with, whether that be online through playtac.com or over in the Discord server itself playing asynchronously. You can play just one move a day if you want to. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day and happy tacking.